Hey YouTube, I decided to come up here really quick to just talk about love. Not like husband and wife love, or mother and daughter love, or father and son, father and daughter, um, you know, just about love. Like unconditional love. And I'm gonna be really, really brief because I have someone waiting on me. But I just wanted to drop a quick message about love. Like, if we do things out of love, it seriously conquers all. I know some situations, call for something more, but um, imagine if you just woke up every day and just was in love. And I know that sounds unrealistic, and some days it will be unrealistic. I mean, hey, we all human. But imagine if you just did things out of love and not do things out of hurt. And after talking to my mother-in-law, and I was talking to a friend, and we wasn't necessarily directly talking about love versus hurt, but we were talking, just about life and shooting the shit, and things that come up for me is somebody may say something and I'm like, ooh, let me think about that. Let me talk about that. Let me reflect it off of my life, or reflect it off an experience that I had, or experience that someone told me about. So anyways, um, I, I'm, I started thinking about how I have been waking up for a long time. Like, not even like right now or last year or yesterday. I'm talking about just like in general, because I still do this. But I started thinking, like, a lot of times when I first get up, I'm like groggy and I like my sleep and all this and all of that. But a lot of times I realized I wasn't waking up just kind of like treasuring the fact that I woke up. I'm not thanking my creator for another day, right? And a lot of that's like gratitude, and that's like being thankful. But imagine if after you got up and you said thank you, and the people that are around you, you begin to just reflect on how much you love them, and you can't wait to see them as soon as you wake up. Um, I know sometimes I don't do that, but imagine if you did that. You know how much love you sending, not just through you, but other people sometimes feel your love. So depending on the situation and how I'm feeling, right? People automatically know if I'm about to love on them or hurt them. And so, like, I remember just thinking about how hurt I was, and how so many people hurt me, and how this situation allowed me to be in this situation, and if I didn't have this situation, yada yada yada, all coming out of hurt, right? And always like saying how this person and that person hurt me, and I'm not realizing, like, yo, at the end of the day, they did hurt me, but who did I hurt? Like, I started thinking about this. Like, a lot of the things that I did throughout my life wasn't reflected in love. Like, I just didn't really know like how to love on people. And I'm not just talking about, like, like I mentioned before, those relationships. I'm just talking about all relationships, and just love for your fellow man, your fellow woman, like love for the grocer, love for the farmer, love for like your house and stuff like that. Like, I realized one day that I wasn't even appreciating some of the things that I had. But I'm getting off on a tangent. My point was, I realized growing up, as I was getting hurt, I was hurting people too. Like, I'm just now coming to this realization that I've hurt so many people along the way, and it wasn't intentional. And I found myself thinking, like, well, who did I hurt? And I actually realized, like, I've hurt a lot of the women in my life, like a lot of my, like girlfriends, and a lot of my like sisters, and a lot of my close associates, and just like random chicks on the street, or just like people I grew up with. Like, I've hurt so many people, not intentionally. Like, let's be clear, I don't really I really don't wake up having a vendetta out on people, like, ooh, I'm gonna get that and back. Like, I don't wake up in that way, but I do wake up in a hurt place, especially back then. And when I would wake up in a hurt place, I couldn't spread love. I couldn't send love. I couldn't love on those people who were trying to love me through all my hurt and my pain. So today, like, seriously, I just want people to think about actually waking up, thanking whomever you choose to thank. And then after that, start loving on the people that are closest to you. Love on the people that are farther from you, because the reality is you here today and gone tomorrow. And when you're gone tomorrow, then you're gonna live with regret. So now you hurt and you regretful. That's not a good combination. I lived there too. Like, that's pretty much like where most of my time spent, hurt and regret and all of those things. So I come to you and say, let's think about just spreading love, not war. I know we can't change the world, and I promise you, on Tuesday, I may cuss somebody out. I mean, I'm only human, but one step at a time for me, and I appreciate that step, because I realize that I want to utilize some of my experiences and some of the things that I hear from people and some of the things that I see, and teach others to think about it and reflect on it and maybe consider changing. So I'm not trying to be up here trying to change the world. I'm just having you live through me, so maybe one day it could change you. So with all that being said, I'm going to love on the people that are around me. I'm going to spread love. I'm going to get in touch with those who I hurt, and they know who they are, and I know who they are. And just tell them that regardless of the fact, I still love you. I will always have love for you. We may not speak today, tomorrow. If something happens to you, I'm going to still ride for you, right? But sometimes relationships drift apart, and sometimes relationships drain energy, and sometimes relationships don't take so much energy, you don't have room for some other energy that you may need, or some other love from someone else that you may need. So sometimes people are together for reasons, seasons, and forever. But just because somebody was there for you for a reason, don't mean you don't have love for them. And if they hurt you or you hurt them, like, imagine a world of, if you just was like, not even I'm sorry, I felt this way, please forgive me, I still love you, let's move on. Let me check in on you. I want to know how your kids are doing. You want to know how my kids are doing, or I want to know how your family is, or, oh, what you got going on. It's nothing wrong with that, right? But if we're doing that out of love, there won't be any jealousy, envy, or any of those things. It may drift in now, don't get me wrong, we human, right? But if we could just imagine to spread that love and not that hurt, man, our life would be so much better. Yo, I'm out. This is TNHD. Please subscribe, like, come back, y'all. I know I'm like spotty with my videos, but I'm a busy mom. Not too busy, but I sometimes let my momhood overcome me, and I don't do self-care. So also, self-care is love, y'all. You gotta spread love to you too. I'm out.